What's up, you guys? It's Jonathan Carter here with another J. Carter movie review, and today we are going to be talking about Moana 2.
Can I get a chee-hoo?
Moana 2 is the newest Disney movie following up on the original Moana. The first Moana was a very big hit, beloved by many. People loved it across the board. I was a big fan of the first Moana. I was a little late to seeing it. Just like I'm a little late getting this review out, I was with family taking a break over the holidays. But Moana 2 is smashing records, box office wise, financially. It has been a very good weekend for Moana 2, Wicked, and Gladiator. As we jump into this review, please be sure to like and subscribe. And you can check me out on TikTok and Instagram for shorter reviews of these movies, or on Spotify if you're more into podcasts. All that being said, let's jump into this. Right off the bat, Moana 2 isn't great. It's not bad, it just isn't that great. The best way I can describe this movie, it feels like Disney kind of on a machine making this movie. Like, everything is very by the numbers. They just generated what they wanted to in a movie and they just put into a machine and they said, make this movie. So with that meaning, everything is very much on the fence. For everything that's great, there are things that aren't so great, and it just falls right into the middle. And you don't really want that for a Disney film. You don't really expect that from a Disney film. The plot of Moana 2 picks up right after the events of the first film, and it follows Moana as she discovers remains from an ancient civilization and sets out on a journey with friends to discover this civilization of people, discover different islands. And so with that, adventure ensues. It's a very easy narrative, one for kids to get on board, for families to get on board with, but also for lighthearted, funny moments. And with that being said, there are funny moments in this film, especially with Maui and the pig and the chicken. I can't think of their name, but they do have funny moments, and there are some civilizations you meet that are rather cute and funny. Those little, like, people with, like, the coconut shells on them or whatever. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. Those characters were very funny, but outside of that, a lot of the other characters and a lot of the narrative just feels expendable. There's not much that goes in depth here below the surface, pun intended. A lot of the plot not having much surface depth to this film. There are a lot of plot points that feel picked out and just that aren't cohesive, and they're clumped together, and it doesn't really follow up on any of those plots. It doesn't dive into any of them, also pun intended there. And that makes a lot of sense when you realize the production of this movie. Moana 2 was supposed to be a Disney Plus series. That's how it started. And for whatever reason, I guess Disney not doing that well, or Disney Plus not being that profitable, or they just want to make a movie, they turned a limited Disney Plus series into a movie. And that really makes sense because this movie feels very episodic in nature, where it's like, let's take one plot of Moana's family, but then maybe one plot with Maui, and then let's pull in some of Moana's friends, and then this civilization here, and just try to clump them together the best we can. And you definitely feel that in the movie. Also, the music isn't that great. Like, it's not bad. Again, with the movie, it's not bad, but there are no standout numbers here. And coming off of the first Moana, that's pretty crazy to say with songs like You're Welcome. I just got out of seeing this movie, and I can't really think of a single song. Maybe there's one with The Rock that he had, like, towards the end. And speaking of The Rock, he is funny here. He plays Maui very well. Like, it feels very lifted from the first movie. They all these characters feel the same. There's just not much happening here. And that's kind of tragic for a Disney movie, especially coming off a very successful Disney movie. So, all that being said, I am very mixed on this movie. It, again, is not bad, but it is nowhere near as fantastic as the first Moana. I'm going to give Moana 2 a 6.5 out of 10. And on a see it, stream it, or skip it, stream it. The best way to sum up Moana 2 is this feels very much like a direct-to-video, or I guess in today's world it'd be direct-to-streaming sequel. You know, something like they released like Mulan 2 or Tarzan 2 or the prequel Tarzan, Lion King 1.5, Lion King 2, where they just send them direct to video because they know that they're not on par with the theatrical release of their original film, right? They know that this feels very much in the same line, except they just did a theatrical release with it. There are my thoughts on Moana 2. Let me know your thoughts on the film in the comment. Which do you prefer, Moana, Moana 2? Are you more positive on it than I am? Let me know what you think about my review. Do you agree? Do you disagree? All that being said, thanks so much for watching, you guys, and I will see you all on the next one.